Yeah. So my role has always, it's definitely when I first came in, it was more just learn, you know, try to develop as quickly and as much as possible. It's still that continue to get better every day, day by day. But as of right now, as it's changed, it's being unselfish. I have CJ's a great guy, Jack's a great guy, Kyle's a great guy. They're all. I feel like we have such a good quarterback room, a group of elite quarterbacks and even better guys. And how can I give to them? How can I give back to this program and be unselfish? Because everyone wants to start, everyone wants to, be the star. But how can you think of something bigger than yourself and work towards something bigger than yourself? By doing the little things day by day. Being unselfish and helping those guys out what they need it most, even if it means you're not getting anything in return. So I feel like that's where my role stands, is truly giving to this team in any way I can in return for nothing. I mean, not for nothing, but just continue to sacrifice and give for this team.
I mean, when you came here, a lot of guys, this was right at the time after the Joe Burrow thing happened,
Yeah.
a lot of guys have come and gone in the walk-on role that have gone and gotten scholarships at other schools after a couple of years in the program here. Is that something that you guys have a vision for? Do you think about that? You want to play football.
Yes.
So is that part of the plan in your mind?
I mean, big main plan is NFL, but at the end of the day, I'm just taking it day by day. I'm thinking about this team first. Tomorrow has enough worry of its own, so I just I got to focus on today and what today holds. I feel like when I get there, God will open up a door for me. Whether it's to stay here at Ohio State and finish it out, or go somewhere else. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But I truly understand and feel that God has a special plan for my life and for everyone's life. So taking it day by day.
How have you gotten better between these lines in the last 2.5 years? How have you gotten better on the field? Physically, and picking up the speed. I don't get all the reps in the world, but taking those mental reps in the back. Just staying ready. Whenever my name's called, and trying to take every rep like it's my last. Even if I don't get all the reps in the world. Trying to perfect my craft, even if it's in the back. Also use that to help others. Not just myself. If I see someone else, not being held accountable in between these lines, then, pick them up. Let's keep going. Try to be a leader on and off the field. So. Appreciate it.
How different is it approaching the season now with the way you approached it a year ago? Uncertainties, lack of training, basically everybody on their own versus a complete program that you had this summer. How different does it feel to approach practice one and start camp versus the absurdity of what last year was?
Well, yeah, I mean, last year was COVID, so there's a lot of uncertainty through that. But I feel this year we have we got a special group of guys. We have a great group of guys, from the quarterback room to the O-line, to the receiver core, to the running back room, even on the defensive side, and even the specialists. We have a special thing going on with this team, and coming in, assured that we're gonna have a season, we're gonna have a fall camp, and to be assured of that and to know what lies within this team, it's exciting. It's actually really exciting. I get excited to walk through those doors every day, to be with such great guys and to be with people who have the same goal in mind and who all want the same thing. And it's exciting, to be honest. It's real exciting.
And when you think about that, does it feel like you're starting on level 6 or 7 this year as opposed to level 1 or 2 last year?
Well, man, this team is putting so much work over the summer and in the spring. So we're definitely not starting at level 1 or level 2. Man, I've seen this team develop and grow stronger in the weight room and get better on the field, and come more together in every aspect. So we're definitely not starting level 1. We've grown a lot. We have a lot more work to do, obviously, but it's great to see how far we've come. But we have a lot more work to do.
From that perspective, because you've seen the workouts, you've been with the guys, you understand the differences year to year, where a guy maybe left off last season versus where they're beginning this one. Is there a player or two in your mind that you think has an opportunity as you start this year to make a striking change, something that maybe we have not seen from them before, that you think will show up on field this year because of that work? You mentioned from the end of last year to now. Who jumps to your mind?
Man, a lot of dudes come to mind. I'm trying to really trying to answer your question.
Don't
Yeah,
worry about it. You
yeah,
have plenty of tape.
yeah. Man, because when I walk in this building, man, there's so many guys getting extra work, you know, and it's unfair to name just one person. You know, you have Court Williams, who's just coming back from ACL tear, who's been putting in, you know, countless hours of work. And I see a lot of DBs getting their own work too. You know, they're always out here after a workout, always getting it in. You know, Seven, Marcus Williamson, you know, all those guys are just getting extra work in. And you know, this is a team that wants it, and I see that. And you know, then you have a lot of the O-linemen getting extra work in too. Man, there's a lot of dudes that stand out. It's exciting to see how many guys stay after a workout or after like a little team run who get extra work in. You know, it's not just that one guy getting extra work in. It's multiple guys, and to see a team do that, it's very special. So a lot of guys come to my mind. Man, say Court Williams, yep, Marcus Williamson, the DBs. Even the young guys who've impressed me a lot is Emeka, Marvin Harrison. Man, Xavier Johnson, he's a diamond in the rough, man. Those guys are always getting extra work, and man, I truly look up to their work ethic. You know, truly do, especially X. And yeah, I feel like those guys are gonna have a good breakout season, or whatever they do, wherever they go. So.
You mentioned that you've improved a lot physically this summer. CJ mentioned earlier that he's put on some weight for working out and being with those guys in the weight room.
Yeah.
How much does the change in physical stature impact your play on the field?
Man, you know, when you feel good, you play good, right? So it's like you see that progress in the weight room. You feel better on the field, and you play better. Obviously, when you get your legs stronger, you get your body stronger. You know, you see more velocity on the ball. You see more confidence in how you play and whatnot. And so when you're physically stronger, you're physically better. It carries on also mentally. It's all one factor. You know, it's like a domino effect. One thing gets better, it's like it all carries into effect.
You mentioned the Mecca and some of the other wide receivers, those guys that are getting after it this summer. How much confidence do you have throwing the football to the wide receivers that are in the program? You know, we talk a lot about Chris Olave, talk a lot about Garrett Wilson. Are there any wide receivers that are kind of, you know, behind the scenes doing a lot of work that you feel comfortable throwing the ball to no matter where they are and who they're being guarded by?
Oh yeah, I mean, we have the best receiver core in the nation. And you know, understanding that all these guys are top elites, and you have those guys that don't get seen as much, you know, like Sam Wiglis, Chris Booker, you know, those guys who are just elite guys that don't get as much credibility, you know, those guys they're special, you know, they're truly special, and I feel comfortable throwing with them, and also some other guys too, Mecca, Marvin, like those are just classic guys, you know, elite guys that are just way better people, you know, so.
You talked about the relationship that you have with guys in the quarterback room. You know, you can throw to those guys on the field, but what kind of relationship do you have with those players off the field? Maybe the wide receivers, the running backs, the tight ends, those specialists you guys are throwing the ball to every day.
You talking about like our relationship? How's ours? Man, I feel like I have a relationship with everyone on the team. You know, with every receiver, every running back is just, you know, Ohio State, when they recruit, they don't just recruit people for, you know, the athleticism, but for who they are as people, and I see why. You know, every running back, I feel like I could just have a conversation with them and we can just click and get along. You know, same with every receiver. You know, Chris Olave is a great receiver, top first round, but he's an even better guy. You know, and I feel like that goes for each and every one of them. So I feel like off the field, it's awesome to get along with those guys and see them perform on the field. You know, be happy for them.
This quarterback battle already, you know, is going to be pretty intense this fall, and then obviously there have been some developments in the last week. Just how do you see those guys sort of handling that pressure right now, and not letting it be a distraction, and you know, just from the mental side?
You know, I'm considered the veteran in the room, I guess. But to see those young guys really handle this pressure, they don't act like young guys. You know, Kyle, Jack, CJ, they're really mature for their age. And it's great to see them, how great of people they are and how well they're handling everything it's awesome. It really is. And, you know, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but they're just amazing guys who handle pressure really well, and I'm proud to work with them and proud to be in such a great quarterback room.
Wouldn't it be hard not to be looking over your shoulder, and especially when something like this happens in the past week and the distractions that creates?
What do you mean by that?
I guess just always kind of worried about what that guy, because you know it's such an even battle to start the year in a way that it isn't always.
You mean by look over your shoulder like worried?
You're worried, yeah, wondering what the other guy's doing as much as what you're doing.
Well, I mean, in life, you really gotta. If you're it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, you want to focus on yourself. You know, not in terms of a selfish way, but you don't want to compare yourself to others and what their journey it takes. You know, but the biggest thing in worrying about someone else, that's not the case in this quarterback room. I feel like everyone from number 1 to number 5, everyone's always rooting for each other. You know, it's not nobody's worried about another person, or nobody hates each other. It's all love. You know, and I truly feel that in this QB room. And I truly believe it's something special. You know, I don't think it's anyone's out for each other, or we're all worried about, someone else. You know, we're all looking out for each other and we have each other's backs.
JP, what is it like being the veteran in this room when you haven't actually played in games?
Very humbling. Very humbling, but truly proud to be here though. You know, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And it's definitely helped me and given me tools to take on later in life. You know, to stay humble, to stay unselfish, to continue to give and sacrifice, for others. You know, even in a situation that seems so dark, there's always light out of it. You know, God has a plan for us all, and I truly believe that. So just got to continue to work day by day, keep the faith, and continue to be a blessing to these guys that truly need me more than I think.
How have you approached, your career here at Ohio State? Knowing that, you're probably not ever going to be the starting quarterback here. Like, what do you do to get the most out of your experience here?
Everything I can, from the meetings to practice. Even if I'm not getting in, I'm taking mental reps in the back with Jagger LaRoe. Keeping those guys accountable, being helpful to whenever I can be for the young guys. Also in the weight room, just giving everything I have, trying to develop physically and mentally, as I said in the meetings. Also just having fun with relationships, having fun with these guys, because these opportunities don't come every day, nobody's at a program like Ohio State, and I'm truly blessed to keep a perspective and know that this is a special group of guys and we're going to do something great with it this year. So
Thank you, JP. Appreciate it.
Do you have like a specific goal of like what you want to accomplish before your Ohio State career is over?
5 and 6.
when people remember my name, I want it to be something good.
Let me check
You
to
know,
make sure
whether it's one
nothing's
person
happening out here.
or 500 people. If I could be a blessing and a beacon of light to at least one person and make them smile whenever they hear my name, then I know I've done a good job here.
Thanks, JP.
Thanks, JP.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.